Good morning.
Good morning.
We have special treats for you to the right of me and to the left of me. So we have David Kay sitting in on this first tune. Yay. And I think we're going to be seeing more of that guy. And then we have another interesting guest artist on djembe, Mr. John Bay. Oh, see, I should have practiced. And then this one over here we'll talk about in a little bit. This is Abigail.
History.
All right, so
It's her daughter. Fantastic.
all right. You can stand or sit or dance or whatever you would like to do. Let's do that one more time. Here we go. Take a look at the person next to you. Say God loves you and I love you too. I love you too. Now feel the love in the sanctuary. Lift your voice and repeat after me. Here we go. We come together.
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 We come together
In the name of love. We come together.
We come together.
We come together.
We come together.
Come together.
We come together
In the name of love. All right, we are in good voice today. It's warm, but we're just getting heated up. Here we go. Now take a look at the person next to you. Say, I recognize the God in you.
I recognize the God in you.
Now feel the love in the sanctuary. Lift your voice and repeat after me. We come together.
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 We come together
In the name of love. We come together.
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 We come together
In the name of love.
Every walk of life,
Every walk of life.
every creed and color,
Every creed and color.
friendship we unite. Oh, in honor of the God in each other. Take a look at the person next to you. Say namaste, I bow to you.
Namaste, I bow to you.
Feel the love in the sanctuary. Now lift your voice and repeat after me. We come together.
We come together.
We come together.
We come together.
Come together.
We come together in the name of love.
We come together.
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 We come together in the name of love.
Oh my God, what a blessing. What a way to start a wonderful Sunday morning. Thank you all for joining us here for Shining Mountains, and thank you guys for just starting us off with a big bang. We're gathered here together this Sunday morning to come together in the name of love. We gather to celebrate not only each other and community, but our connection with Spirit. And as part of that connection with Spirit, we like to pray. And the prayer forms are in the back table. If you're new, we'll pray for you. And they're new person welcome packets. And because we believe that each one of us is an individualized aspect of God, and everybody here has that connection to God and each other and everything on the planet and in the multiverse, please join me in saying our statement of purpose. Our community lovingly and joyfully inspires, supports, and empowers individuals to discover and express their divinity. Now, one of the ways we can express our divinity is through prayer, because that strengthens the connections between ourselves and Spirit. So right after the service, we'll have a little prayer circle. And if something's on your mind and your heart, join us. We'll pray together with you. Or alternatively, there are forms on the back, and you can fill that out too if you prefer. And every Wednesday, From 7:30 to 8, we have a Zoom meditation. It's led by Reverend Linda here. And there's information on the back table if you need to learn how to get onto Zoom. Tomorrow night, July 15th, Bill Kale will come back with his Tibetan singing bowls. That's an amazing healing experience. And things come up and things heal that you would never expect. The bowls, they strengthen somehow our connection to spirit. That's how I see it. I play bowls too. And next Sunday, we'll have a big chance to get together because there's going to be a potluck. So come, bring a friend and bring something to share. And now, let's take a moment to say hello to an old friend or make a new one. Greet your neighbor. I know this is wonderful, but our wonderful musicians, hey, you guys, pay attention. Our wonderful musicians have a special song for us, and you don't want to miss it. This is wonderful.
We can just you can sit and receive this today. I may be impartial. This young artist from Nashville, Tennessee, singer-songwriter, happens to share a last name with Steve and I, Abigail Compst. She's just coming off a 19-show tour throughout Montana and Canada. Was the Songwriter Festival in Red Lodge. That was just awesome. We got to see that. So we are impartial, or we are partial. We are partial. There we go.
Biased.
We're biased. However, the world is spoken, and Abigail was a top 16 hit on Lightning 100 in Nashville, and has gotten some other wonderful awards and accolades in the world. So the world is noticing this artist, and she's going to sing a song for you that comes right out of her regular book, and I think it fits the New Thought lesson just perfectly. Cool. And now I'm going to sit down.
Thank you, Mom. Thanks for having me, welcoming me into your space. I grew up going to New Thought churches, and it's just wonderful, the tools on how to change your life and change your mind. And this particular song kind of pinpoints some of the overwhelm that can bring. Like, you have so much power, and we're powerful beings, and what do we do with all of that? So this is called Dandelion. I need to mow my lawn, but there are dandelions in every corner. If I mow them down, do I commit dandelion murder? I am a superstitious goldfish fish getting in my way. I wish someone would just tell me which wish I should make. When you can have everything, and you can be anything, it's paralyzing. Cause you have a choice to make, and you have your mind to change. This random article says dandelions take lots of water, and all my grass will die if I let them live any longer. The power's in my hands, it kinda freaks me out a bit, like God is whispering, girl, you go manifest all of it. 'Cause you can be anything, and you can have everything. It's paralyzing, 'cause you have a choice to make, and you have your mind to change. Dandelion, I am trying to hold the vision. So take a deep breath, close my eyes. Sorry for the spit, thank you for the wish. Dandelion, dandelion. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. That was beautiful. Thank you. Let's give her some more love, okay? So we've come to that time in our service where we get to bless the children. The children are our future. The children are our hope. We want to surround them and empower them. So if you would join me in this prayer, this blessing. We see you, who you really are, made in the image and likeness of God. We cherish you, we support you, and we love you. And so breathing that in and breathing into that heart space where that powerful spirit communes with us, we know there is only one power, one life, one light, and it is known by many names. Today I call it God, God the good, omnipotent. It is in the essence of the divine that we live and breathe and have our being. There is absolutely nothing outside of God. God is light and love and peace and joy. God is health and wholeness. God is happiness and wonder. And we, each one of us, are one with it. Individualized expressions of that light and that love, filled up and spilling over with the good that is God. Simply breathing in that powerful presence, knowing that we are one with it, we move through the ensuing week easily, effortlessly, joyfully, with excitement and anticipation for the good that is to be ours today and each day. Filled with love and with joy and with compassion for all that we meet. The God in us salutes the God in them. And I'm grateful. I'm grateful for that light and that love of spirit. I am grateful for our oneness with all that is. I am grateful for the opportunity that we have to come together and to share light, love, and laughter. I am grateful as I release this word now to the perfect working of the perfect law, which always, always, and only says yes. Please join me in affirming, and so it is. Amen. And I think we have some more special music for you now.
All right. So this is one of our favorite buddies wrote this. Janice Stanfield, Megan McDonough as well wrote this tune. And we probably both did it in CSL and Unities in Las Vegas. So it's a good memory for me. I'm vamping because I'm looking for the lyrics.
You will do amazing things with the choice each new day brings. And with every step you take, bless the progress that you make. The reason you live is there in every gift you give. Love your life, love your dreams. You will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing. You will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing. You will do amazing things.
All the places you will go and the people you will know. Don't worry when or where or how. You don't need to know that now. You're on the right track. No need to look ahead or back. Just enjoy what this day brings, and you will do amazing things.
Amazing, amazing. You will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing. You will do amazing things. You don't have to work it out. Just stay in the here and now. Let your mind rest for a little while.
Sometimes the best answers come when you're out there having fun. So close your eyes and take a breath and smile.
Amazing, amazing. You will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing. You will do amazing things. You will do amazing things.
Oh. Yeah. It was beautiful. Thank you so much. I saw Mama wipe tears from her eyes. Didn't that just really touch her soul? Oh my goodness. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Abigail, thank you. Rochelle, Steve, Dawn.
David, when you played too, oh gosh, you guys. It doesn't happen very often, but I'm kind of like speechless. Ask my children, I do 20-minute grace before we eat. Just kidding. So, oh my gosh. It's so wonderful to be here with all you all. And I see people that I haven't seen for a long time. I even see some new people. It's just a blessing to come together. It is amazing. It's just a beautiful blessing that we come together because we come into the presence of the presence. And this is the time, and this is the place where we can just look around like we did when we were greeting folks and know that what we're seeing is God. We're seeing God in form, and they are seeing God in form as they look back at us. So let's just take a breath and allow that beauty of the now moment to be our experience. We've been gifted with beautiful, beautiful music, beautiful prayer, wonderful welcome. Allow yourself to be that place where God shows up and moves through you. The grace of God, the joy, the beauty, the compassion, the love of God as you, through you, for you, with you. You cannot separate yourself from the one. And so allowing that feeling of grace to be that which you are in this moment, I say welcome. Welcome to Shining Mountains. Welcome to the family. Welcome to this moment of joy. We are surrounded by infinite intelligence, and it responds to us according to the law. And it doesn't matter how much we know of it, but we will experience that which we know of it because we can only experience what we know of the law, even though we use it all the time. But what I do know is we sense this presence. We sense this presence, this intelligence. We sense it even if we don't have a name for it. We sense it. And it is greater than we are. And it is always available to us. And it is only good. I've had a wonderful week. It's wonderful seeing all you all, but I've had a wonderful week. But I want to tell you just a little, I want to tell you a story that I heard just recently about an eagle. I love eagles. They're my totem. And whenever I'm traveling or whenever there's a big thing going on, I say, okay. You know, some people ask for signs. My friend is the queen of signs. She can see a sign anywhere if she's ready to see a sign. Me, it's only with the eagles. Right? So I have this story I want to share with you about an eagle. It was an eaglet that actually fell out of a nest, you know, a little tiny newborn eaglet. And what happened was a farmer came by, a farmer that had a bunch of chickens, and he rescued this little eaglet. And he took it back to his farm, and he put it in the chicken coop with the rest of the chickens, and it survived. And this eagle grew and grew and grew, and the word went around in the community that there was an eagle that lived with this farmer in his chicken coop that acted like a chicken. So a naturalist heard about this. So he went to see the farmer, and he said, "I'd really like to see your eagle." And the farmer tells him, "Don't have an eagle, but I sure have a big chicken." So he takes him back to the chicken coop, shows him the eagle, and he said, "That's really an eagle." And the farmer says, "This is a chicken." And sure enough, here's this eagle just walking around just like a chicken, pecking at stuff, you know, and just scratching in the dirt and flopping around here and there just like chickens do. And the naturalist was just really, puzzled by all of this. How did this happen? And the farmer told him, well, it happened because I brought him here and he was taught by his needs. He needed to eat, he needed to be taken care of, and so his needs taught him through the other chickens how to behave so that he'd be accepted, wouldn't be pecked to death. Good thing, right? Says the naturalist. Would you mind, he said, this eagle really has the heart of an eagle. It is an eagle, and it needs to be free. Do you mind if I try something today with the eagle? Farmer says, go ahead, but it ain't going to work. So the naturalist takes the eagle over to a fence post. He thought, well, he put the eagle on the fence post, and he said, fly, fly, eagle, fly. You have the heart of an eagle. You can fly. You belong in the heavens, not on the earth. And the eagle hopped down and went right back over to the chicken coop. Naturalist is just shocked by this. So he leaves, and he said, do you mind if I come back tomorrow? And the farmer says, come back as much as you want to. That there bird is a chicken. So the naturalist came back the second day, and he said, I have a different idea. What I'd like to do is put him on the roof of your farmhouse. Okay, we'll do that. So they go get a ladder, and they climb up the top of the farmhouse, and both men and the eagle. And so the naturalist he had been really involved in what he could do, or looking at what he could do and how this would work, but he was also very convinced that the eagle was an eagle and not a chicken. So there they are on top of the roof of the farmhouse, and he says to the eagle again, eagle, fly. Open your wings and fly. You have the heart of an eagle, and you belong in the sky, not on the earth. Fly. The eagle looks over at him, looks over at the farmer, looks down at the chicken coop, hops around, gets down, goes back to the chicken coop. Now the naturalist is not happy, right? He goes back to his office and he says, this just isn't right. There's something that will work. And so he went back for the third time to the farmer and saw him on the third day, and he said, I'd like to try something different. And the farmer just laughs. He said, you can do whatever you want. It's not going to change anything. He said, will you come with me then to the farmer? Farmer did. They took the eagle and they drove over to the foot of a large mountain. And at the foot of the mountain, they could no longer see the farm or the chicken coop or the chickens or anything that had been familiar to this eaglet that grew into an eagle. And so the man put the eagle down, and he knelt down in front of him and he said, eagle, fly. Your wings will take you into the sky, into the light. Fly, you belong in the sky, not on the earth. And the big eagle shook his body, flexed his wings, looked around, and then looked up at the light of the sun and lifted off. The eagle was free. He'd found his freedom. I love that little myth, that story, because sometimes we, with the best of intentions of those who have cared for us, those who have supported us, we have forgotten how free we are. I say we have forgotten because it's something that we came into this lifetime with, the freedom to be. And I think we've forgotten it or thought we didn't deserve it or something. There's always the need. Okay, no, I'm going to start over again. In order for the eagle to fly, he had to move away from what was familiar to him, what he knew, where he had grown up, and what he had always done. And sometimes that's necessary for us. We have to move out of, do that new perspective, turn the other cheek, not away from, but into something that's different, so that we can be open to a new experience. There was nothing wrong with the care he received. But it wasn't the soul of an eagle that was touched. It was the pretense of being a chicken that was being fulfilled. And we are all here to be free. Ernest Holmes says there's only one divine plan. There's only one divine plan, and that plan is for freedom, for us to be free to be. Free to be. And we need to know that. And to think that we were given free will and choice and creativity without the opportunity to be free would be like having an outrageously on-caring and on-loving higher power. If we're given the freedom, the opportunity to be free, then that's what we are responsible for using. We are responsible for discovering, and it is within us, just like it was the eagle. And sometimes it's another person who will help light that light. Maybe it's something you've read or someplace you've gone, and you feel it, and you know there's a desire of the soul that is calling you to do more than just flap the wing, scratch the earth, and peck around. We're being called to fly. And if we don't feel that freedom within us, Emma Curtis Hopkins says, if we don't feel like we're free, then it's because we're telling ourselves a lie. And what is the lie we usually tell ourselves? For me, it's I can't. Either I can't or I can't have. And when we quit telling those lies, we feel this incredible sense of freedom. Now, about 6 years ago, I can't remember how long ago, but anyway, I got this dog, this big, beautiful dog. Jack was my first dog. And pretty soon, Jack and I got used to each other, but one thing I couldn't teach him anything, and he couldn't teach me anything, but he was really a bright dog. But what he loved to do was run. I don't have a fenced-in yard. And the lie I told myself for the 3.5 years I had him before he passed was that I didn't want to put the electric collar on him. I just did not want to. And I told myself I couldn't have a fence for any number of reasons. I don't want my yard cut up. So what happened was Jack and I would have these tense moments, and the whole time it was because I was telling myself I couldn't have the fence. Now Jack passed, and a year and a half later, my front door flops open, and in comes this little dog. Right behind the little dog is my daughter and my granddaughter, and they say, "Mom, you need something to love." Bam, the door was shut. Now I have a little dog, right? Never wanted a little dog. And you know what? That little dog was just like Jack. I couldn't teach her, and she can't teach me. We just fly all over the place. Well, this little dog likes to run just like Jack did. Probably like most dogs. We have a fence now. And my daughter, I was just really anxious about it. And I said, I just don't want to put out that kind of money, and I don't want it to look like this. And why do I have to do that for this little 20-pound dog? And my daughter was so wise. She said, "Mom, you're doing it for yourself. You're the one who stresses the little dog. You're the one who's anxious. You're the one who gets up at 1 o'clock in the morning, puts the leash on her, takes her out back." You see, I'd been telling myself that lie for so long, not intentionally going against my soul's desire, but just not recognizing I wasn't being authentic with myself or honest with myself. Now we have a fence. Now I'm happy as a clam, and she's scared to death of it. I go outside and she stays in the house. I'll tell you more next couple of weeks. Ernest Holmes tells us to prepare our mind for the best. That's why we come together. That's what I love about this teaching and any wisdom of the world. Preparing our mind for the best. It's always a choice, whatever we experience, and it's so interesting because I have I had 4 children. I have 3 living children now. And they at one time were all in the house at the same time with me. And every time we'd talk about an experience, we had 3 or 4 different stories, totally different stories. And what I know now is we choose what fits for us. We choose what through our interpretation, don't we? But the real beauty of this is it doesn't make the rest of the world wrong. It's an opportunity for us with the freedom of our soul to embrace that there's 3 stories to that one incident. Yeah, we get to be generous because we've been given the freedom to be generous. We get to be forgiving and kind if we choose to use the power of love that is within us. It's not something we're going to accumulate. It's already within us, and we release it. We allow it. Oh my goodness. You all have heard about, I love this little saying, though. He can who thinks he can. Don't you love that? He can who thinks he can. I love that. I often I hear people say, I'm really trying. And I know on myself, I used to say that a lot, and I don't say that anymore. I say I can and I do, and this is what it looked like. I can and I do. You know, it takes that, if I'm trying, it's like, is there something better I could do? Should I have done more? Is there something else? Somebody else could have done it better? No, I'm not going there anymore because I want to live from that freedom of knowing that in this moment I can do what I can do, and I'm open to more. I'm open to experience of something greater or better or whatever. But in this moment, we are whole and holy. And therefore we can claim the perfection of God as that which we are. As that which we are. You all have heard of AI, I'm assuming? AI? That artificial intelligence? Oh God, did I get scared about that. I thought, they're going to just throw me out the door because they're just going to push a button and listen to this and push a button and listen to that. And then the people who are using it are going to be famous and they're going to be so good, and I can't even write my own book because they'll be so much better. And then I calmed down and I thought, what is AI? What is AI really? Besides this technology, what is AI? And you know what it is for me? AI is about authenticity. It's about allowing, not doing, but allowing. The A for me is about allowing. Because there's nothing new I'm going to experience. There's nothing greater you'll experience unless you allow it. So maybe the first step in this thing that we're doing called life and the journey is allowing. And allowing is such a big, powerful way of being in life because we can allow things to fall to the ground that we no longer want. We can allow things to grow that we do want. We can allow space for that which we don't even know, but we anticipate there's more. There has to be more or we'd be in stagnation. There has to be. There is. Because there's this flow of life. So the AI I'm going to use right here and right now is allowing for a greater good to come forth. And the only way I know to do it for myself is through intuition. That's what the I is for me, the intuition. The intuition is that still small voice within us, the voice of God, the voice of Spirit, the voice of truth. And as Emma Curtis Hopkins said, if you don't hear it, you're not listening because it's there. It isn't something that you have to develop. It's there. It's what and who you are. And it comes to you because of whose you are. It comes through you. So here we are completely, totally prepared for a great life. A great life. And every time we choose the thought that supports that versus the thought that doesn't, we are moving into that greater experience of life through our own power, the power of freedom. Every time we choose that new thought, that old thought might come forward and it might not be the highest thought you want to have, and all you have to do is say, woo. First thought, what counts is the second thought you have. If the first one's a good one, take it into the second. But if the first one isn't, you just let it go. That's how you allow a new one to come forth. I love when people come and tell me stories about good things. But I've told you before, and it's always surprising to me because I've done it myself, is when the good that's right in front of us that we've just received and we've just been praying for and working to to allow it to come to us is not as powerful as the story behind it. Oh, you don't know how bad it was. You don't know how long it went. You don't know what I went through to finally get this. We want to move that energy into the now. That's what we have. That's what we have. But my dear friend Sharon, oh, she is my teacher, my mentor, my best friend. She's just everything to me. And she asked me, there was this situation, she asked me to pray about it. So I did. I prayed with her and for her. And she got an answer, and she said, she called me up and she said, will you pray again? I said, no, I can't pray again. But let me use my intuition. So she said, I'll call you back. She called me back. She said, what did your intuition say? I said, I don't know. You didn't ask me anything. So I'm sitting there, and she told me what she wanted, and she had this issue, and she wanted to know what to do about this issue, big issue. And she had said she received that she was to do nothing. And how many of us are okay with do nothing? How many of us trust do nothing? How many of us can just go about in total belief that that's a right thing in doing nothing? Well, that wasn't my friend in the moment. So I said, okay, hold on. I'm going to use my pendulum. That's what I told her. She goes, really? I said, yeah, and I'm not going to swing it the way I want it to go. I'm going to use it. Now, here's what I believe. It doesn't matter how we pray, how we ask that higher self within us. What matters is what we pray from. Go out and ask the tree if you want to. Ask your wristwatch. Ask a pendulum. It doesn't matter if you believe that truth comes to you. It doesn't matter. I'm so happy to learn that. So now I don't have to do 40 Hail Marys and 20, you know what I'm saying? I get to do the here I am. And no matter what, and no matter how I've behaved, I absolutely believe in the power of God and the power of good. So I asked the pendulum, and of course she was to do nothing. But I had another question. I said, have you been doing anything? Because she'd already gotten the answer, right? Through her own prayers and her own listening to her intuition. And she said, no, I haven't. I stomped my feet and I said, praise the Lord. You listened to and did something that was the exact opposite what is to that which is natural to you, to that which has given her so much in life, because she's always been doing things. She always would follow through. And she said, and Yvonne, that's the hardest thing I've had to do, is not do something. When I've already gotten the answer, there must be something. She said, call. I'm not calling God again. I texted, a pendulum. You know, we have to be willing to allow what we receive if we've asked for it. allow ourselves. And the intuition is how it comes to us and through us. And pretty soon, here's what's going to happen. I remember knowing someone back in the day who said, intuition, I don't have any. Yes, you do. So a few years later, she said, I'm having a little bit of intuition. I'm trusting. And what I love is it's always there. And today, she's the queen of knowing. That's what we call her, the queen of knowing. And today, she knows. And she says, it's not a choice anymore. It's the default. It's how it goes. And you know what I believe? I believe every one of us has that within us. And we're probably all using it. But how much we're using it, you know, for me, it depends on the situation at hand. So may I just say that we are blessed because we have the freedom to be. We have the freedom to use the power of the universe that is for us, that is with us, and that moves through us as we claim it. We are the children of the living God, whole and holy in this moment and forevermore. So let us move into that place of acceptance. Let us just really move into that place of acceptance. Knowing that life, one life, there's only one life, God, is the reason we are here. It is the force and the power that is within us and around us, behind us and for us. And so as we surrender our little thinking, as we surrender that idea of not enough or not enough for us, not being enough, not having enough, whatever it is, as we surrender whatever stands in the way of our freedom to express as the absolute magnificence of God, as we release that inner splendor of beauty that we are and created as, may we do it joyously. May we do it freely, and may we include all of life into our circle, the circle of love. Circle of love with no circumference, whose center is everywhere. And as we move into our week and remember whose we are, and as we have activated within us that freedom to be the choice point of love, of peace, of compassion, of forgiveness, of beauty, remember that you are one of the notes, and you're the joy between the notes of the harmony of this universe. Each and every one of us needed in this tapestry as part of the whole. And allowing the breath to move through us with ease, may we joyfully say, thank you, sweet Spirit. It is so, And so it is. Thank you. Thank you.
Online community, thank you for joining us this day. I'm glad you got a chance to hear our wonderful musicians and Reverend Yvonne's talk and all the prayers for the day. Thank you for being part of this group and part of our connection to Spirit. And thank you for your ongoing support. And now I'd like to ask the ushers to come forward